Hello there, Paul here. Just going to be doing a little review on this product I received from Amazon, bought from Amazon. It's basically a Ferrule crimper tool. This is what it comes in. It's a box like this. It's made by Estmoon. It's obviously made in China. Yeah, it says made in China here. It was a good price on Amazon, so I needed one. So I thought, well, I'll buy it and obviously see what it's like. And because I needed one anyway, so there we go. So basically, inside the box, in this box here, you get the tool, the tool itself, which is this. Comes in this. I haven't used it yet. This is the first time. Comes in this like packaging. You just slide that off, and that's the actual. So it's just like a crimping style, just a spring-loaded one. So that's the actual tool. And this is the assortment you get with all the ferrules. You get all different sizes. You get quite a good selection in here, and it's all colour coded, so you know obviously which size you want by colour as well. So I think first things first, let's undo this, because as you can see, it's still got the cellophane on it. So we'll just so this is the actual case, this side. So there's all the ferrules you get inside here. And basically, for those who don't know a lot about ferrules, basically it's a new thing really that's come about. More and more to do with safety regulations and to do with obviously new regulations that come in all the time. Usually when you strip a wire off the end, I'll show you actually. So I've got a selection of different cables here, different thicknesses and stuff. So let's choose this one maybe. I've got the wire stripper. So when you get a cable, usually you take some wire off the end. So you do that. So you're left with your copper strands here. See? And as you can see, copper strands are quite easily, can be splayed, they can be twisted. Now, if you was to say this was for to push into something, to put a screw down onto it, to clamp it in, if you was to just push that in and then put your screw, and as the screw goes down, it sort of flattens all this out. As the screw bites into it, it flattens it out. So you end up like something like that with the screw going onto it. So instead of getting all the contact of all the strands of the cable, you're only getting like a small proportion of the actual cable that you could get. And what happens by using a ferrule is that, let's just, I'll show you. So is that the right one for that? Let's try this one. So there you go. Once you've selected the right ferrule, you put it on there like that, over the copper wires, and then you just push this in here and crimp it. As you can see, it's made a square. You can see that with teeth marks on it. It's crimped all the way around the copper wire. So the copper wire is now inside that ferrule. It's tight on there, so you can't pull it off. It's nice and neat. Now, if I was to screw that into the same terminal with a screw down clamp on, instead of it splaying out, what happens is that bites on there, and that's getting 100% of contact onto the cable, so there's less resistance. So it's much safer, it's much better. You don't have to use it for everyday jobs and things. It's more within the industry, but I like to use them on cars and things when I'm doing wiring on cars, or I do stuff in motorhomes, a lot of electrical work in motorhomes, and you really need to have something that you know is not going to fail. It's not going to shake loose, it's not going to come undone, the screw's not going to work loose. You know that once that's bitten on there, that's it. So you've got a nice. And the other good thing as well is when I remove the clamp, the screw, so when I remove the screw and take this out, you can reuse it. Well, a lot of the times when you do that with a cable and you push down, let's see what we've got. Just bear with me a minute, I'll just sort of give you a demonstration. So if I push this in here, like that, into a chop block, standard chop block, push that in there like that and just tighten it down. You've got nice strong fix in there, you know it's got 100% of the contact. See? And it's got 100% of the contact. Now let's just snip this, so that's on there with the ferrule. Let's just take this end. Do the same. So now we've got the same again, copper wire showing. What we'll do is we'll just stick that in the other end as a comparison to show you why it's important to use ferrules and why this tool is so good. Everybody, I think every DIY person should have one of these tools, because they're just, I think soon you'll need them all the time for any kind of work you do. Even wiring a plug, I think it'll become regulation that you need to use ferrules. So you just push that in there like that. Push that in there, the same kind of thing. Tighten that down. The screw clamp like I'm talking about. So I've got that nice and tight now. Now you can see straight away that as it's bitting into there, it's splayed the wires out. You'll see the full effect in a minute when I take it out. So what we do now is we remove both. I want to remove this one first, the one with the ferrule. And as you can see, that's made, it's bitten a little bit in here, a little tiny bit with the screw, but that would be safe to use again. It's still on there, it's not spared the wires, it's still fine, and that would be safe to put in another one straight away. With this one, after the time what ends up happening is, as you can see, it's bitten right into that cable. Sometimes you'll be lucky, you'll get away with it, you can just like sort of freshen it up and you can use it again, depending. This is quite thick cable, this is quite good strand cable, AWG, so this is okay. But if you use on a thinner cable, a lot of the time you find that what you'd have to do is you'd have to cut this end off, re-strip it, and then insert it again, because the wire gets damaged with the compression of the clamp. So that's another good reason to use ferrules as well. But as you can see, that's on there. It's not going anywhere. You can use it again, put it back in again if I wanted to, tighten it up again. So that's that one. Let's try a thinner cable, just so you get a full comparison of this tool. And we've got some really quite thin cable. This is like sort of speaker cable here, as you can see. We'll use the red one again, so it's nice and thin. So I'll use my automatic wire stripper again, just cut a bit of cable off the end. Just tighten this up. We're using thinner cable. So, where's that more grip in there? Oh, right. Should work. No. There we go. So you can see how thin that is. There's hardly any copper wire there now. So that's what I was talking about now. You've hardly got any, probably can't see it so thin. Hardly any copper wire there now. So if you do the same thing, push that in a clamp, chances are you're only going to get a tiny, tiny bit of contact on that cable. So what we'll do is we'll choose the right right size ferrule. So you've got really tiny ones. That's probably too tiny. Oh, that's okay. Just I'm a bit of a perfectionist. Just it's slightly bit too long, so I'm just going to cut them tiny ends off. So now that's on there, and that tiny bit of cable. Now I'll just see if it crimps it the same, because obviously there's no setting, it's just an automatic crimper. So you push that in there like that, crimp down, and release. Yes, and it's got it. It's made a lovely crimp. I can grab the end and show you, pull the wire. Yep. So again now, if I wanted to use that, that's too big, that one. Let's use a smaller one. So I've got a smaller one here. I've got a smaller set of chop blocks here. Just push that in there like that. And you know you've got a good contact there now. And like I said as before, you can remove it. And yeah, I would say you could use that one again. Probably you would get away with using it once more, and then you would have to probably take it off and put a new one on, a new ferrule, because obviously the metal, depending on what quality the ferrules are as well. If you get really good quality ferrules, they tend to not collapse as much. Obviously there has to be some, the screw obviously has to grip onto there. That's the whole idea. But that one's sort of bent a bit, but yeah, I would quite safely use that again. That'd be fine. Like I said, depending on how tight you do the screw, obviously you want to do it tight, but I think if you was to use that again, let's try tighten it up again. I think if you've done that a few times, you probably have to obviously change the ferrule. So. Anyway, yeah, you'd probably be okay again a couple of times. So the idea of the ferrules it's not to do with saving cutting the wire off. It's like I said, it's the main idea of them is to make sure you're getting full contact of the wires inside the cable. They're not getting splayed apart when you're tightening down on things like this. What's happening? It's all gripping under. You know, all the copper wires are all crimped nice and tight inside that ferrule. So when the screw tightens down under, you're getting 100% of contact. And that's why they introduced them. That's why they're obviously about on the market. Anyway, as a little review of this tool, as you see, the first time we've used it, I've used other ferrule crimper tools in the past, automatically ones that feed the ferrules. But there's two different comparisons. That's obviously a thicker, I think that's maybe a 12 WG there, and that's obviously around about maybe a 22. So anyway, you've got two different sizes there, and obviously they work fine on both of them. Tool itself seems well made, feels nice. So the ferrules, you got, like I said, you got a big selection that's going to last you for quite some time. That's going to last me for quite some time. As a DIY enthusiast, I would say that you should get one of these. They're really useful to have around your shed. Makes the jobs a lot neater, a lot tidier, a lot safer. And this tool is for the price I paid on Amazon, and what it does. And what you get in the set, you get this and you get the tool. Let's tidy up a bit here. So So you get this tool, and you get all these ferrules here. Good assortment. I would say it's a very good buy, and I would have no problem whatsoever in recommending it to other fellow enthusiasts, DIY enthusiasts. So I hope you've enjoyed this review. I hope it's helped you with deciding whether you want to purchase this product or not. Like I say in all my reviews, that's why I leave the reviews, because there's so much selection on Amazon of different products from China, from different places. Obviously, you don't know what the product's like, and how I buy products on Amazon is I like to read the reviews. I read the reviews, I tell which ones are genuine, I see pictures, people who've used them like I've just used them, and not people who just say, yeah, it's brilliant. You know, you want to see it being used, you want to know it's safe and it's worked, and then I can decide whether to buy it or not, and that's how I buy my products on Amazon. So that's why I do the reviews, so other people can then read my review and hopefully make an educated decision on whether they want to purchase the product or not. So I hope you've enjoyed this review, and thanks for watching. Hope to catch you all again soon. Bye for now.